Yo, what's good everyone? This is Ayo Boxing from Adiba, and we're here to talk about Rolly Romero fighting Isaac Pitbull Cruz. So news broke this week that Rolly Romero will be fighting Isaac Pitbull Cruz on March 30th as the co-main event on PBC's first Amazon card, and along with Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman announcement. This was a big and surprising news for the boxing world. No one expected Tim Tszyu and Thurman to be fighting each other, and no one expected Rolly and Cruz to be the co-main event. This fight announcement caught me off guard, despite the fact that Rolly said himself on Instagram that he was fighting Cruz 6 days ago. I was still expecting a Ryan Garcia fight, but to be honest, I like this fight with Pitbull Cruz. This matchup never crossed my mind, mainly because Rolly fights at 140 and Cruz fights at lightweight, but the style matchup should make this an entertaining fight. Cruz is a relentless pressure fighter with power, while Rolly is an awkward fighter with power. Furthermore, both lost to Tank and want rematches, which adds to the intrigue. As stated before, Ryan was supposed to fight Rolly. That fight made sense for both fighters. Both fight at 140, they have a history which could have been used to sell and promote the fight, and both would have something to gain. Ryan would become a champion for the first time, while Rolly would have his biggest win to date and establish himself as a legitimate champion, and it would have been a nice payday for both fighters. They entered negotiations and things seemed to be going well until Rolly made an Instagram post pretty much saying that Oscar De La Hoya was negotiating in bad faith and would diss Oscar as well, calling him Oscar de la Fishnets. I thought the diss to Oscar De La Hoya was a bad move on Rolly's behalf. Disrespecting a promoter is a fast way to prevent a fight from happening, especially if it's a cross-promotional fight. I thought the diss would kill the Ryan vs. Rolly talks, but Ryan would tweet that the fight was still on and was scheduled for April, but as we all know, that's not happening. Ryan Garcia is now left looking stupid and without a fight. Pitbull Cruz has now landed the second biggest opportunity in his career. This will be his first title fight, and winning this fight will not only boost his career, but it will give him leverage and entice big fights, particularly a Tank rematch. Tank is a WBA champion at lightweight, so it will be easy for him to challenge for the WBA title at 140, and a title fight will give a Pitbull Cruz rematch more credibility. To be honest, I don't think Cruz deserves this opportunity based on his resume post-Tank fight, but I have to admit and respect that Sean Gibbons has managed the career of Cruz very well, and based on this move, it looks like they're trying to entice a Tank rematch at 140. So if Cruz wins, then be prepared to hear that in the post-fight interview. But you have to remember that Cruz isn't a 140 pounder. He's even small for lightweight, standing at 5'4". Rolly is a big and physically strong fighter. His size and strength along with his rough tactics will be an advantage for him. This fight will be a tall task for Cruz. Rolly on the other hand has an opportunity to make a big statement. A win over Cruz will be Rolly's biggest accomplishment to date. Cruz became famous for his close fight against Tank, with some people believing that he won that fight. Rolly on the other hand got knocked out in the 6th round by Tank. So if Rolly is able to beat Cruz convincingly, and if better, knock him out, which is something that Tank couldn't do, it would boost Rolly's career to new heights. Cruz is seen as a legitimate threat and is a fan favorite. Beating him will legitimize Rolly in the eyes of many boxing fans, forcing people to accept that he's a real champion regardless of the shadiness and how he won the title. A win could also give him leverage at 140 and entice other champions and contenders to want to fight him. However, this is not an easy fight for Rolly. Rolly isn't a technical fighter and makes a lot of mistakes, especially with his tendency to lunge in and throw wide shots. This is something that Cruz can exploit. Furthermore, Rolly has a questionable chin, so a good shot from Cruz could potentially hurt Rolly. Regardless, this fight will benefit the PBC the most. Rolly is promoted by Mayweather Promotions, while Cruz is promoted by Manny Pacquiao Promotions. Both are associated with the PBC, so whoever wins the fight, the belt will remain with the PBC. However, this may be an issue with making cross-promotional fights within the 140-pound division. But who knows, this is boxing, anything can happen. But thank you for tuning in with Ayo Boxing from Adiba. Like, subscribe, and more content coming your way.